I'm going to get back to that story, Sonny. Just you listen to Boomer Great One. He's going to tell you about how it was back in the olden days, back before fire, back when we walked uphill for everything. In fact, we didn't even have a concept of downhill because there was no downhill. Everything was uphill. We thought that was normal. We didn't even have a word for it because there was no alternative. It was uphill all the time. You just need to reach down and grab yourselves by your bootstraps and pull yourselves up, Sonny. Because when I was your age, I bought a house for $25,000. And I made that money on my paper route and bussing tables at the local cafe. And if I could do it, you can do it too. You just need to reach down and pull yourself up and just buckle up there, buckaroo. God, I hate boomers.
So I have an original video request. If you have an original video request, meaning you don't have a question, you just want to hear me flap my gums, you can pay for that. And I could talk about what I want to talk about. And I couldn't, for the guy who requested it, I went through my email. I'm like, where to go? Which, dude, I've been so fried. I could have actually deleted it, which I hope I didn't, because then I got to worry about Alzheimer's. But so this is going to be the original response. If I found out, I'll send you the email. And this has been gnawing at me ever since this became a thing, and that is a company called Sweet Baby. Now, most of my audience may not be aware of it unless you're a geek and you've been paying attention. But if you're wondering why all the video games have turned into Marxist, woke, DEI, affirmative action shit, aside from the fact that your content creators tend to be leftists who are talentless and all that other stuff. Well, it turns out after, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 AAA games, just ended up having just rank, ugly chicks and just leftist shit, leftist freaking shit. Low quality, communist level, leftist, low quality shit. Well, they identified a company. I don't know who they is, but somebody out there identified a company called Sweet Baby Inc. And what Sweet Baby Inc. is a group of young something or others, and they are consultants that were hired by large video game developing firms to go and consult them on their stories, because most games have some kind of a story or an arc, or you just don't like shoot the bad guy game. Although, heck, a simple stripped down game without just shoot the bad guy. Okay, cool. That would probably do pretty well. They consult companies on the story because none of these people employed in these type of firms, Sweet Baby isn't the only one, actually have any intelligence or ability to program. They're not the nerds. They don't know how to code. All they know how to do is bitch and whine about microaggressions and oppressions and discrimination and all that other shit. So what they do is they go in and they consult these companies on their stories. Their fucking stories. Now, I thought that's a pretty stupid idea. Like, what the fuck do I need you for a story consultant? Get the fuck out of here. But they're successful. They got into big companies, big development. Probably made lots of money. So, I don't know, the 6th or 7th thing that was dripping wet with vaginal DEI extract of goo. Somebody did the research and found out, wait a minute, this game sucks and has woke shit in it. That game sucks and has woke shit. And if we look through the credits or wherever, this is a company called Sweet Baby Inc. And they looked into it. They found out that that's what they do. What they are is hacks. Let's just be honest about it. But are they hacks? Companies paid for it. There was some speculation, maybe there were government fine, like tax dollar made it into it. But even that being said, if private companies are paying for you to tell them, oh, white people suck and you really shouldn't have any men and that girl's too good looking. Okay, take the money and run. DEI is hot now. It's hot. It's hot. Get the money and run. If these people are dumb enough, remember Intel gave Anita Sarkeesian $250,000? Do you remember that? I can't fault her for taking it. Anyway, so some guy started researching and found out, like, hey, this has the mark of Sweet Baby Inc. These come, and anytime you got a video game that has had Sweet Baby Inc. as a consultant or listener credits or whatever, it's shit, it's woke, blah, blah, blah. And all they did was put together a list on Stream, which is a video game downloading platform, to say this is Sweet Baby Inc. This is then they had a part in this video game. And there are other diversity consultant, woke leftist, Marxist. That's what you are, by the way. You just Marxist pieces of trash. Let's just knock it off. Like, you bring value, or if you did, the games would have sold better. Let's be honest. All right. So now people are compiling, but one guy in particular put a list together on Stream and said, here's all the games they do. I guess maybe they started looking for other. I think there was a company called Black Girl Gamers. I'm not kidding. I think there's like, we're Black Girl Gamers. Like, yeah, they're up front, not even necessarily wrong. Same thing, Okay, yeah. Does anyone know how to code there? No? Oh, okay. Anyway, so the video game list was compiled because the games are pretty bad. And frankly, people are sick and tired of wasting their games. It's not only that it's bad games. That'd be one thing. I think people are just sick of the politics and their fun. We got to deal with this fucking bullshit. Starting at the age of 5, you have it shoved up your ass. Because teachers are so nice. Am I looking great on that, telling you teachers are evil like over 25 years ago? Do I not look pretty prophetic? Don't I look like? Anyway, so they're telling you, they got politics every day. You go to college politics, corporate. Oh, you need DEI, this training, that training. Oh, we're not hiring white males. Oh, whoa, what are you doing to contribute to the society? We're going to donate. We're going to have some from not the United Nations. What was it? The United Way come in. You better donate money. Oh, you might get it. It's like, fuck off with the politics. That's why movies and video games are great. You just ran around and slayed dragons and had a good old time. And then I think it's Dragon's Dogma. All of a sudden there was like homosexual relationships. And yeah, okay. Yeah. Party community, sure. Okay. But then it became everything. Like a late 90s sitcom. There was always the hey, everybody, the crazy, zany, flamboyant gay neighbor. Just could be a normal gay guy who runs a machine shop. No, it has to be, oh my God, hello, everybody. We want to actually, have diversity and representation there. They always have to be like a circus show. Then it started, all this woke leftist shit started infiltrating our fun, infiltrating our escapes, and gave rise to people started calling it out. So now you got It's a Gundam, Critical Drinker, Osmond Gold, all these other people, Yellow Flash, world-class bullshitters, those guys. And like, what the fuck happened to our fun? And so thus began a battle online between Sweet Baby Inc. and other similar companies. And all these online internet people were pointing it out. And the people put out, there was some threats of lawsuits going on. And Twitter wars where, God, what was it? I don't want to misspeak. But what would end up happening, this is to shorten it, upon finding out a game was discovered, and then it would be highlighted that it was affected or participated with Sweet Baby Inc., there would then be Twitter, social media, try and take it down. They try to get they enlisted the video games journalist industry, whatever the fuck the remains of that horse shit is, to run cover. Oh no, this isn't what they do. And in other words, upon being discovered that Sweet Baby worked on this video game or whatever, in ironic sense, they tried to shut people up about that. And I listen to a lot of geek podcasts and all that. The one thing that I couldn't figure out, but think about, like, why would Sweet Baby Inc. be against a list of all the companies they worked on? Presumably that would be good for your business, right? Like if I found out somebody on some social platform decided to compile all my books in one spot. Like, oh, Aaron Clarey, here's all of his books. I'd be like, hell yeah. Why? Because it benefits me. Those are my books. Go about you. You put all my YouTube channel or whatever media platform. We found this guy, Aaron Clarey. We wanted to have a directory of all of his stuff that he's put together. I'd be like, thank you. But Sweet Baby and other people don't do that. And that then behooves the question, like, wait a minute. Are you ashamed of your work? Well, I don't get this. So you're getting exposure in the video game industry, and you're not welcome. And then obviously the answer is because they are ashamed of their work. Not that they think that they did a bad job, but they realize that their product doesn't sell to the final customer. Now, their customer is whatever the video game developing studio, the company. I don't know how that all works, the different divisions within. That's their client. But ultimately, the final client is the video game players themselves. And if the video game players themselves don't like it and they expose it, that's not good for Sweet Baby Inc. But the irony, the contradiction where he's like, it's like Kathleen Kennedy. Okay, why does she keep making crap movies? Why? She's not, doesn't she realize she's losing money? She's not motivated by money. She's an old already millionaire boomer. This is political for her. It might even be personal. I don't know, but it certainly isn't money. And the same I would say would be for the Sweet Baby. Their primary mission is politics. It's a political one. It's a political motive. They sure the fuck want to keep the money, obviously, too. So this puts them in this weird, contradictory, hypocritical position where, hey, all these games were consulted by Sweet Baby Inc. And if you were proud of your product, if you said, dang right, that is up, put me on the billboard. Put me by the interstate exchange with the big billboard with shiny lights on my products. Absolutely do that. Unless you know your product is shit and it's politically motivated. And I found that, like, no one's pointed out this hypocrisy where it's like only people who were ashamed of their work wouldn't want it getting out. And so they want to stay behind the scenes where they influence and look, I don't know. We turned Spider-Man Hispanic, or we turn, who was a hot chick in video game. We turned, I should know hot chicks in nerd culture. Who's a hot chick in nerd culture? The one they haven't turned in, Tifa. We turned her, whatever, fat. Tee, we did that. But then you get exposed like, oh, well, shouldn't you be proud of that? I mean, speaking of political philosophy, that is something you should be proud of, right? We shouldn't just go with standard stereotypes of history. That's something you want to promote, right? Well, then why aren't you like, yeah, get it out more? Why are you trying to suppress people listing the games you worked on? And so no one's pointed that out yet. I want to point that out. I'm like, why wouldn't you be proud of your work? Oh, because you might have done good. What would it be? It was some pretty good salesmanship, some pretty good hoodwinking, but your product is shit. No one at the end users don't want it. It's like these dinging, nagging security features in a car. I had to drive a buddy back from Vegas to South Dakota. She got this brand new Honda. Oh my God. Now I know what it's like to be married. You go too far. Oh my God. Sonny, you're going to speed up, slow down. We're turning this off. Like, oh, shut the fuck up. It's like that. None of the end users wanted that shit. And that's a question for people at the end of the day where you do your work, but you're ashamed of it. Doesn't it cause like a contradiction, a moral quandary in your mind, a little cognitive dissonance? Because I knew you guys want to share a list of I have a link to my books below. I got a link to my books and my courses, my Subscribestar, and my Amazon affiliate. You have all the right to go and promote that as much as you. Cappy's books are right here. How shit would my books have to be that I'd be running around trying to get people to take it down and have people in the whatever blogging media, whatever industry media, like, oh, write this piece that says it isn't what I totally meant to do it to be. And like, no, there's no obfuscate. Like, yeah, that's it. 1995, one payment, No installments. Go buy it. It's great. It's good for you. I don't know. When I die, I like, yeah, at the end of the, we all die. What you leave behind? I left behind some pretty cool books and some pretty cool courses and some pretty good retaining walls. What'd you like? Oh, I turned a bunch of video games into to Marxist leftist political shit that no one enjoyed. But I fought the patriarchy or whatever they're fighting. They fought the Ronald Reagans. I don't know. It's a curious thing. Not that you guys are all nerd geeks like me, but if you want to go just search like Sweet Baby Inc. and Yellow Flash or Sweet Baby Inc. and Critical Drinker, and you'll get a synopsis there. Nonstop Dre, $5. They're the perfect candidates and ideal customer base for the subscription pacemakers. They will definitely need it thanks to Pfizer, hashtag Operation Evil. Dre, the day it hears that you won't do it because you actually have a soul. I bet you, whoever makes pacemakers, I think it's Medtronic, I'm sure there's other companies. I wouldn't doubt it if they're like, yep, subscription pacemakers. If you don't pay us, we're going to turn it off from the satellite. Nonstop Dre, $2. Cancer rates are up among young women. Look it up. All right, let's look it up. That's odd. Why? Wondering what it is. They're not smoking more. Early onset breast cancer by 3.8% between 20. Well, that could just be population growth. Increase faster in women than in men. Hispanic people faster than non-Hispanic white people. That's interesting. I don't know. It's one of those statistics. Breast cancer, early onset breast cancer increased by 3.8% per year. Oh, per year. Oh, but that is significant. I don't think our population has grown that fast. That is significant. Why? 29 Jamal, some make cancers form more common. Linked to obesity. Obesity. Okay. There you go. And it's not just young women, Dre, it just says young people. Time Magazine, obesity. Obesity is the answer. But big is beautiful. Big is beautiful. Dre, again, $2. You can hack pacemakers via Bluetooth, by the way. Yeah, that shouldn't be. That should not happen. That should not be. No. Old people whose lives depend on, no. That should not have been a physical possibility. But we added functionality to it. You see, you can hook it up to your cell phone, or you need to register a username and a password. Shink, shink, tack, 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 tack. And then all of a sudden, after a bunch of MBAs went missing, they stopped requiring a username and password and an app to use everything in America. And cars stopped nagging their drivers. And then a new era of peace and prosperity was ushered into the United States. All right, there you guys go. Links to all my shit below. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.